Hey everybody, Chief here from the OKest MTG content creator, and we got a new segment for you that I'm entitling Unique Commanders, which will hopefully be based around commanders you may not have seen before, or at least not seen that often. And today's commander actually is brought to you by a friend of mine named Chris from a group that I play with, and he's very interesting. So let's take a look at Lord of Tresserhorn. For 1 in Grixis, you get a legendary creature zombie who says, when Lord of Tresserhorn comes into play, you lose 2 life, sacrifice 2 creatures, and an opponent draws 2 cards. So there's some pretty massive drawbacks. So I wanted to talk to Chris about how he mitigates these drawbacks. And for all the drawbacks, you get a creature with huge stats who is a 10-4. Now, it is worth noting that Lord of Tresserhorn also has the ability to pay a black and regenerate him as well. So we're going to go into how Chris made Lord of Tresserhorn work and how that this deck actually can do its thing with all these significant drawbacks. So we'll move right into it. Some of the cards that make Lord of Tresserhorn work. First one is Torpor Orb. This one's important because it says creatures entering the battlefield don't cause abilities to trigger. Now that's huge because when Lord of Tresserhorn enters, all those drawbacks won't trigger at all, and you'll just be given a 10-4 for 4 mana. So that's pretty huge. So from what I've seen, the real goal of the deck is to Voltron out Lord of Tresserhorn. So let's look at some of those. We've got Aqueous Form. For 1 blue, you get an aura that says enchanted creature can't be blocked. And whenever enchanted creature attacks, scry 1. So for the unblockable alone, this is an amazing aura. You put in a Lord of Tresserhorn and you have a 10-4 unblockable commander. Next, for 1 black, you got Tainted Strike. An instant that says a target creature gets +1/+0 and gains infect until end of turn. So this is huge because if Lord of Tresserhorn does combat damage with infect, that's an instant kill. Pretty huge. We've also got Chandra's Ignition, a sorcery that says target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to each other creature and each opponent. So Lord of Tresserhorn does 10 to each opponent, and say he does it with infect, well that just wins you the game right there. We also got Kedis, Emberclaw Familiar, who is a 1 in a red for a legendary creature elemental lizard who says whenever a commander you control deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to each other opponent. So while it may not be commander damage, it's going to be a massive amount of damage. And Chris also told me that the deck runs a lot of tutors because he really needs to find those key pieces to actually make Lord Tresserhorn work. And he also runs a fair amount of counter magic because the deck is kind of a glass cannon. If you can keep Lord Tresserhorn off the board or keep him from getting Voltroned out, it doesn't seem to do that much. But I will say with certainty that Chris has beat us with this guy many times, and it was a sight to behold.
Music licensing reimagined.
But that's pretty much it. I just wanted to highlight this unique commander that has some significant drawbacks, but if you can overcome the drawbacks, you're stuck with a 10-4 creature commander that can regenerate and just do massive amounts of damage, which is interesting because this is an older card that was actually acting pretty far outside of the standard Grixis color pie that we know today. So anyway, I hope you liked this video, and if you want to give me your comments or just subscribe, check out my other videos, like anything you'd want to do all the YouTube stuff, I'd appreciate it. And until next time, this has been the OKest MTG content creator, and all of you have a good one.